Hello and welcome! Zhiguli Travel has a special travel guide, this time with your narrator, Man Neo. We will be checking out London's historic pub walk. If there's anything more iconic for London than Big Ben or the London Eye, then it must be the traditional English pubs, and London's is full of them, dating from pre-Victorian times to just about 5 minutes ago. With so much history surrounding London, there is no shortage of historic pubs to choose from. Whether you fancy half-timbered, rambling watering holes or small but perfectly formed pubs in central London, you'll be spoiled for choice with the selection of historic pubs in the capital on this self-guided pub walk. Standard opening times are between 11 AM and 11 PM, 10:30 PM on Sundays or on public holidays. Scottish pubs generally do not open on Sundays. We will be using GPS My City app to help us navigate London streets. GPS My City offers 21 different self-guided walking tours in London, including this historic pub walk. For full detailed walk, check the GPS My City app. Our first stop, Fitzroy Tavern. An historic public house in the Fitzroy district, the Fitzroy Tavern has an esteemed past as the place where many intellectuals, artists and bohemians were regular guests. Among its list of well-known figures, the Fitzroy Tavern has attracted the likes of prominent literary figures such as Dylan Thomas and George Orwell. Originally built as the Fitzroy Coffee House in 1883, this great pub is now run by the Samuel Smith Brewery and features a great selection of ales at good prices. 10 minutes walk south down the Rathbone Place will take us to French House. Originally opened as the Wine House back in 1910, the French House is another historic public house in London that has seen its share of famous people. Yet another place frequented by writer and drinking enthusiast Dylan Thomas. Other notable guests to this old Soho pub include Charles de Gaulle, Francis Bacon, Malcolm Lowry, and more. The French House also maintains a strict no cell phones policy and avoids technology in general, including televisions and music, instead focusing on conversation and interaction with the friendly bar staff. Heading west past the Leicester Court, we will find the Salisbury. With an extensive history dating back to 1899, the Salisbury retains a charming Victorian style that gets a lot of guests pulling out their cameras. Glass etched with Art Nouveau images, stained glass, intricately carved mahogany, and exquisite upholstery greets guests as they explore its recently refurbished interior. The Salisbury offers a great menu of traditional, well-prepared English pub fare, including fish and chips and Yorkshire pudding. A menu of snacks and more modern pub food like sandwiches and nachos is available as well, in addition to a wide selection of modern ales to choose from. Traditional cask ales such as Courage Directors and Theckstones are rotated throughout the month. Just a few minutes walk away, there's our next stop, the Lamb and Flag. Originally established back in 1623, the Lamb and Flag is the oldest public house in Covent Garden and possibly the oldest in London. The present building dates back to the 18th century, with the major brickwork seen today added in the 1950s. Former guests to the Lamb and Flag include writers John Dryden, who has a room named in honor of him, and Charles Dickens, who frequented the pub in the 19th century. For a period of time, bare-knuckle boxing tournaments were held here, earning it the name the Bucket of Blood. Heading up north via Drury Lane will take us to White Hart. The White Hart is one of a number of pubs claiming the status of London's oldest licensed establishments. Back in the 18th century, the area surrounding the pub was a notorious slum in London, known for its brawls, drunkenness, and prostitutes. Legend has it that regular customers of the White Hart included notorious thieves Jack Sheppard and Richard Dick Turpin. Turpin even came in for a drink prior to his hanging in 1739. Today, the White Hart is a charming public house with a friendly and inviting atmosphere. Guests to the White Hart are treated to a laid-back, sociable vibe with an assortment of pub games and a good mix of music. The next pub is just a 4 minutes walk away, Museum Tavern. Located in Bloomsbury, the Museum Tavern became known by its current name upon the opening of the British Museum across the street in the 1760s. Though the establishment was known as the Dog and Duck in its earlier history, much of what guests will see today is the result of a major overhaul done on the property in 1855. Many interior Victorian details remain, including carved wood fittings, etched glass windows, and more. Walking east on a new Oxford Street will lead us to Princess Louise. Located in the heart of the city in Holborn, Princess Louise got its beginning way back in 1872, gaining much of its present look with the addition of the 1891 Victorian interior. Wood panels, beautiful edged glass panels, and quaint bar lamps make for a classy, antiquated feel in a warm and inviting atmosphere. Gilt mirrors line the walls and decorative tiles cover the floors. Even the bathrooms are something to behold with their old walled charm. Next pub, 18 minutes walk away heading east, Ye Olde Cheshire Cheese. Quite possibly London's most iconic public house, Ye Olde Cheshire Cheese has been around since the days of Pepys and Wren and is known for its literary associations, having seen among its regulars at some point such luminaries as Samuel Johnson, G.K. Chesterton, Mark Twain, George Orwell, and Charles Dickens. Established in 1538, this is one of London's oldest pubs, rebuilt shortly after the Great Fire of 1666. Certain parts of its lower cellars are even older. Up the shoe lane, we will find Ye Olde Mitre Tavern, with a history dating back to 1547, where this location served as a pub for servants of the palace of the bishops of Ely, which were both subsequently destroyed in 1772. Ye Olde Mitre Tavern was built with the stone mitre from the palace gatehouse, making this little tavern still technically part of the historic Cambridgeshire and not London. The bar has 3 rooms as well as a courtyard out front, which is enclosed and features standing tables. A host of traditional cask ales are available at Ye Olde Mitre Tavern, like George Gale Seafarers, Fuller's Honeydew, and more. Our last stop, the Jerusalem Tavern. Although located inside an old building dating back to the 18th century, with the shop front added in 1810, the Jerusalem Tavern has remained a thriving little pub ever since. Guests to this establishment should be aware that it does get quite busy for lunch rushes. Attracting an assortment of young professionals, the Jerusalem Tavern offers the full assortment of ales, from St. Peter's Brewery in Suffolk. The green-painted woodwork throughout the space is accompanied by a fireplace in a warm and cozy interior, great for socializing with other patrons. We hope you enjoyed this travel guide with us. If you would like to see more videos like this, leave a comment below. Take care, guys!